Can you guys hear me? Is my voice audible?
Yes.
Today we'll be studying from cables. Okay, what are cables? Why do we need the cables? That all we'll be reading as of today. Okay, now cable is an assembly of one or more insulated wires running side by side or bundled, which is used to transmit electric power or any signal. Okay, cable is nothing but an assembly where we will be using a wire or a bundle of wires together to transfer one form of energy to another form of energy. Okay, it is used for a signaling purpose also. Okay, here cables are available in the form of 2-cord cables, 3-cord cables, and 3.5-cord cables, and 4-cord cables like that. Okay, it will be depending 4-cord cables. What I'm saying now, that is nothing but the coding. What we have done here is like this. This is a 4-cord cable. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, it's having a 4 cords in a cable, then we will be calling it as 4-cord cable. Okay, generally in a cable we will be having these names. Okay, what are these? Conductor, insulation, bedding, wire armoring, and outer sheet. Okay, conductor, why we will be using the conductor? We know that what is the function of conductor, what it will do and all, right? It will be acting as a material which will be transferring the energy, right? Insulation. Why do we need an insulation? Insulation is ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ to protect the conductor from the moisture or the external environmental condition. Okay, the insulation will be given to the conductor, and there will be a bedding for that which will hold the conductor and insulation in place. Okay, next comes the wire armoring. This will be given so that all these three will be bundled properly for giving the conductor, insulation, and bedding a proper way to hold it. For that we will be giving the wire armoring. This outer sheet, this is very important. Have you you might have seen all this. This is how the cable will be. Okay, this is the conducting wire. It will be depending on what kind of wire you will be using as a conductor, standard or solid. Okay, next, insulation. Insulation is for the wires to be on the protection. Shield, that is, they will be giving you aluminum shield or anything like that. This will be holding the bundles of the conductors together. Next comes the inner sheet. Inner sheet is given so that the devices or the conductors here, it should be protected from the inner moisturizer. Okay. Next comes the armor. See this metallic wires what they are given here. This will be the armor which will be giving the holding the position of the all these wires. Okay. Next comes the outer sheet. Outer sheet is the one which will be protecting the conductor wire from the environmental moisture. ಈಗ ಆಚೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮಿಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೀಳ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ. See, conductor is nothing but a metal. Sometimes we will be using aluminum, copper and all. Lead, tin and all. No? That will catch a moisture very quickly and it will be rusted or it will be not, the conductivity of that material can be reduced by that. To avoid that, we will be giving the insulations and outer sheets for a conductor. Okay. Now, in the cables, we will be having many kind of cables. Okay, there are many different kinds of cables. Here we will be discussing 5 cables. For your syllabus, we have kept only 5 cables. The first one will be non-metallic sheeted cable. Second is underground feeder cable. Third will be metallic sheeted cable. Fourth one is multi-conductor cable. Fifth will be the coaxial cable. Okay. Now let us read first about the non-metallic sheeted cable. Okay. This is a kind of cable used to residential cabling. In your homes and all, we will be generally using this non-metallic sheeted cable. Okay. This is called these cables are also known as non-metallic building wire or NM cables also. We will call it in the short form as NM cables also. Okay. In these cables, inside the sheet, 2 or more insulated wires along with a bare wire for grounding is present. Okay. We will be having 2 or more insulated wires along with a bare wire for grounding. The grounding will be given in this kind of cable. Okay. Let us see the picture of this thing. This is the non-metallic sheeted cable. This is for solid wire, like this it will be, and this is for stranded wire. Okay, as you can see, there is a non-metallic outer sheet, means it will be a plastic kind. Okay, insulated wire is inserted in that, and it will be given to the connection. Standard ground wire will be this one they are mentioning, and these two are the phase wires. And coming to this solid, it will be the same. These two will be the phase wires, and this will be the ground wire in the middle. See, as you can see, the grounded wire has not been insulated. Okay, it's been connected in the middle of those two insulated wires to give the connection. Okay. Next comes the underground feeder cable. These cables are quite similar to the non-metallic cables what we have in the previous slide. But here, instead of each wire being individually wrapped in thermoplastic, they are grouped together and embedded in the thermoplastic. Okay, they are embedded in the thermoplastic such a way that it will be not a single wire concept. It will be a bundle. Okay. These kind of cables are used in wet locations such as supplying the power to the lamp post or street light. Okay, this is mainly used for outdoor lighting and in-ground applications and all. We will be using this kind of cables. Okay, here NM cables have a loose wrap of plastic sheet around it, whereas the conductors in US cables are individually surrounded by a solid layer of thermoplastic, which will provide the flexibility and also the extra protection to the cable. Okay, the water here this cable is made up of water resistant insulation material, which will be allowing it to use in the power supply for garden sheds, lamp posts, and it will mostly available in gray color outer sheet. Okay, see, this is the example of underground feeder cable. This is for solid copper conductor, and this is for the standard copper conductor. See here, the insulation is being bundled together. Okay, and here the PVC outer sheet is given, and color coded insulation is provided for solid copper conductor sometimes. Okay, there are many kinds of underground feeder cables. Okay, we'll be not discussing all those things. We'll be just giving you the introduction about the cables. Okay, here they are the best choice for avoiding the poles and exposed wires by running them underground. This will be the best cable we will be having in our cable section. Okay, see, you have to remember one point here: NM cables. If we are speaking about the difference between the non-metallic and underground feeder, that is UF cable. We will also call this as UF cables. Okay. When we are speaking the difference of these two, the NM cable will be having a loose wrap of plastic sheet. Okay. But here it will be tightly binded in the thermoplastic cable, the thermoplastic sheet. This is a PVC outer sheet will be having like this. As it can withhold the damp or wet condition, we will be using it for outer lamp post, gardening for power supply, and all. We will be using this kind of cable. Next is metallic sheeted cable. See, as the name is saying, it is armored with the electric cable with the metallic protection over the insulated conductors. Whatever we will be discussing, depending on the name only, we can say. As in the non-metallic, it means we are not using the metallic shielding for that. But here we are discussing about metallic sheeted cable. In this, we are, as the name is suggesting, it will be a armored electrical cable with a electrical protection over the insulated conductors. Okay, the conductors are separately insulated with plastic layer, which is surrounded by a metallic sheet for extra protection. Okay, here the cable will be surrounded by a metallic sheet for extra protection, and this metallic sheet can be braided, twisted, or it can be of solid pipe-like structure. Anything it can be depending on the conductor usage. Okay. In the metallic sheeted cable, we are having many types of cables. In that, we can mention 2 to 3 kinds mainly, that is AC, BX, and MC. AC is nothing but armored cable. BX is the registered trade name for the AC cables. Okay, we are using the BX cable for in the registered trade. Will be same as the armored cable only, and the next will be the metal clad cable. Okay, these are the different kinds of cables. There is no need of you guys to mention all those in the test and all. I'm just giving you a brief introduction about that. Okay, now this is the armored cable. This is how it will be. See, this is the wire, steel wire, braid armored braid. See, this is the insulation wire. Upon this, we will be having a braid armored wire to give the extra protection for the cables. Okay, here as we are using the external sheet, here the braided or twisted metallic layer, whatever we are usually using, made up of steel over its conductor. Okay, we are making it use of steel. The external sheet is made up of plastic. Whatever this glass wire coverage will be, it will be of plastic. The metallic layer will be providing the extra mechanical strength against any sort of damage. Can also be used for grounded connection. This kind of cable can also be used for grounded connection. Thus, we can thus they are not used in damp or wet location as well as underground, but can be wired for. It's commonly used for transmission, power transmission for use. This will be used mainly for power transmission. As it will be giving you extra protection for the conductor, as we are using the steel and metallic conductors. Okay. Now, similarly, if we think about metal clad AC, this is AC cable. If you think about MC cable, it will be a steel or aluminum armor we'll be using for phase wires and ground wires. This will be used mainly direct burial in wet location, but they have to be a protective PV outer shield. Okay. See, this is metallic sheeted cables made up of 3 plain stranded copper wires, 1 wire of current, 1 wire of grounding, and